All right, let's dive into a story that's just incredible. It's a legend all about faith, doubt, and a miracle that gave us the yogi born from ash. I mean, think about that for a second. A great spiritual master, born from sacred ash and cow dung? It sounds completely impossible, right? And that's exactly the question we're going to dig into. This legend really makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about where greatness comes from.
So let's get right into it. Part 1, the impossible origin of the legend of Gorakhnath.
You know, this story doesn't start with some huge cosmic bang. It starts with something really human. Picture this, a devout woman in a small village, and her heart is just aching for one thing, a child. She had all the faith in the world, but this one great sorrow was weighing her down. Okay, so into this picture walks a truly incredible figure. We're talking about the great Guru Nath. His spiritual power was the stuff of legends. I mean, this guy wasn't just some passing traveler. People said he could literally change your destiny. And as fate would have it, his path is about to cross with this very woman.
And here's where things get really interesting. The guru shows up, and he doesn't just offer his sympathies. No, he offers something way bigger. He offers a miracle, and it comes in the form of a sacred gift.
Can you just imagine hearing those words, "You will have a son"? And coming from someone like Guru Nath, that's not just a hopeful wish, that's a guarantee. It's a spiritual promise. In that one moment, you have to believe all her years of sadness just melted away, replaced by pure unfiltered hope. So what does he give her? It's not some magic potion or a fancy jewel, it's just a small packet of sacred ash. But you have to understand, this wasn't ordinary ash. It was basically a vessel, a little container holding all of the guru's incredible spiritual power and his unbreakable promise. But, well, we all know how it is. Hope can be a pretty fragile thing. And that brings us right to the heart of the story, that classic battle we all face, belief versus doubt. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one shoulder, you've got this incredible divine promise from a true master. But on the other, you've got that nagging little voice of doubt, of common sense, right? Seriously? A child? From ash? It's that age-old battle between what you believe in your heart and what your logical brain is telling you.
And in the end, tragically, the doubt wins. In a moment of sheer panic and skepticism, she does the one thing you hoped she wouldn't. She takes that sacred gift, this little packet of pure potential, and just throws it away onto a heap of cow dung, you know, a place for waste. And just like that, it seems like the miracle is gone for good. And then silence for 12 years. Think about that. That's enough time for a child to be born and grow up, to be on the cusp of being a teenager. For the woman, that day must have felt like a distant, painful memory, a huge what-if that she tried to forget. But here's the thing about spiritual promises. They don't really care about our timelines. So after 12 long years, guess what? The story is far from over. We're about to get to the moment of truth. Nath comes back to the village, and he hasn't forgotten a single thing. He finds the woman, and he asks her, straight up, "So, where's your son? I'd love to meet the boy I blessed you with." Can you imagine the feeling in the pit of her stomach? That whole 12 years of regret just comes flooding back. And through her tears, she just confesses everything. She tells him how she let her doubt win, how she threw the ash away. For her, this is it. The end of the story is her failure. But Nath, his faith is absolute. It never wavered. He just calmly asks her to take him to the spot, to the dung heap. He stands before it, and with total, complete confidence, he calls out one name, Gorakh. And then, the impossible happens. Right there, from that pile of waste, a bright, shining, healthy 12-year-old boy just emerges. He's real. The guru's promise, his power, it had been there the whole time, just waiting. It didn't matter that she doubted. The power was real. So, wow, what do we even do with a story like that? Because it's so much more than just a cool magical tale. The birth of this boy, who was named Gorakhnath, has this incredibly deep meaning and a huge legacy. See, this wasn't just some random kid. This was Guru Gorakhnath. He grew up to be one of the most important and revered yogis in the entire Nath tradition.
I mean, his teachings have touched millions of lives, and this wild origin story, it's seen as proof of his truly divine nature.
When you boil it all down, the story is this powerful symbol, right? It tells us a few things. First, divine grace almost never works the way we think it's going to. Second, the faith of a true master is powerful enough to transform anything. And maybe most important of all, it shows us that real spiritual power can pop up in the places you would least, and I mean least, expect.
So that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on, doesn't it? The woman threw away something she thought was useless, but it was actually hiding a miracle. It really makes you wonder, what miracles are we missing? What amazing potential might be hiding in the very things we've decided to discard in our own lives?